to go on to probably the last, I think, important female character, and a somewhat beloved character, that's Black Cat. We were talking about her earlier. She's another character that seemed to be perfectly adapted from the comics. Her relationship with Spider-Man was strained by the end of the second season by the revelation of the identity of her father. What was your short-term plans for her, and what did you have her for the rest of the role of the series be?
Well, I mean, short-term you saw. Long-term, obviously, there was going to be conflict. I mean, she was pissed. And I think one of the things that mattered to us is that although we really liked the whole idea of her having this crush on Spider-Man, of course she has no idea that Spider-Man's 16. She's not that old. She's only 19. But still, she had no idea that she's dealing with a high school student. She's just assuming that he's more or less around her age, give or take a year or two,
Better, we thought she was probably around 24, 25, I think.
We sort of had it in our head that she was 19. In other words, that Betty was 20 and that she was 19,
Okay.
And that's sort of how we had it in our sort of mental breakdown of it. But I think the basic notion was that what we didn't want to do is turn her into a superhero. She's a thief, and so we couldn't let them get too chummy. That the attraction's all there, and we had a lot of fun with it, and we thought it was. I love the fact that in essence Pete's real first kiss is with this girl who's really trying to distract him from the fact that she stole this jewel, and that he's so enraptured by it that she completely vanishes on him before he can recover, But then obviously at the end of season 2, she's now got a real reason to be pissed off at him. She doesn't know his backstory. All she knows is that he messed up something that was incredibly emotionally important to her. So we wanted to get a sense of her real feeling in there, because she's so flippant, she's so sexy, and she's so all these things that seem like, they just roll off her and that kind of thing. We wanted to say, all right, but who's the person underneath that? Also, we didn't want them to get too chummy too quick. And so what happens down the line again it's that same notion of, all right, if you know where Black Cat and Pete end up, where did they start? It's a little easier for that because we kind of, we know how they started. It was in the comics. And that relationship we were just kind of trying to duplicate. But I also wanted to pull her back from the notion of, I didn't want her to be, another superhero. I wanted her to be the thief. She's not a killer. She's not one of the bad guys or anything like that. But she's not one of the good guys either. And have her have that appeal, that dangerous appeal to Spider-Man, and have her be this temptation. So, beyond that, obviously, their next encounter is not going to be quite as happy and pleasant because of what happened at the end of episode 25.
Okay.
Well,